of Lotus, but what would be the most famous racing livery? Well, many people would suggest it's the strange combination of duck egg blue and orange that says Gulf Oil, the Ford GT40 and the Porsche 917. And after the feature film Le Mans, it's a livery that also says Steve McQueen. Cinema goers would tell you it was Steve McQueen that won the 1970 Le Mans, when in actual fact it was Richard Atwood in a factory Porsche. But he's not bitter.
Oh, not for me at all. I mean, I was majorly in that film because that was made in '71 and it's based on 1970. And I had quite a bit of time that year because I was winding down my career. So I had a lot of time to help Steve make the film. So I was all for it. They paid me very well too. He was, when he was a man's man, he was a girl's man, of course, as well. He was just a fantastic character, very keen. He was really enthusiastic to make the film.
What are your memories of 1970 as well?
We were in a very slow car relative to the other cars. At the beginning of the race I thought we hadn't got a chance because we had a 4.5 instead of 5 litre. Qualifying we were sort of towards 20th fastest, and I just realised that we couldn't surely have problems with all those cars in front to win it. But that happened, and in fact after only 10 hours we were in the lead. And we then had the most difficult thing was defending that lead to the end. And of course it was terribly, terribly wet.
It was 1969 that this livery got its Le Mans breakthrough, with Jackie Oliver, of course, behind the wheel. What do you remember of how this livery actually came about?
The Gulf Oil Company was quite a small American oil company as far as oil companies go. And the CEO was a guy called Grady Davis. Now, he was one of these old oil guys, was a real rough and ready guy. And his personality and background, when he said this car's got to be a specific colour, it's got to be duck egg blue, which is more appropriate for a baby boy than a race car. And of course the orange came from the Gulf logo. But I mean, now it is one of the most iconic liveries of any sponsorship program that I can remember.
Down the years, what did that orange and duck egg blue come to mean, especially around Le Mans?
It was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, you know, it's part of the great history of Le Mans, that orange and blue, as you say. And, you know, it didn't race that many times there, but my goodness, with the GT40s, the 917s, and then with the Mirage, it was fantastic, wasn't it?
What sort of intimidating effect might it have had on the opposition? You see that livery coming up in your mirror.
Well, they knew it was coming in a hurry, and they knew that it was run by the greatest team in the world. That was John Wyer. They knew that we were always in a chance to win, and that was the amazing thing with the Gulf Porsche, which I basically drove, and of course the Gulf Mirage afterwards. We always were there with a chance to win. I mean, even when we were against the factory Ferrari cars in the sports cars in the early 70s, I mean, they were really stronger than us, had a great team of drivers. But of course, you know, our team was just so smart, so on the ball when it came to pit strategy and that sort of thing.
It's a colour scheme then that may well offend interior designers, but the colours were reunited at Le Mans this year as Aston Martin took victory in the GT1 class.